What is going on, everyone? I appreciate anyone who is tuning in on this kind of impromptu episode one of Pure Politics and Bullshit live show, where basically it's just me and some other people spewing political bullshit and arguing with each other and making our points known. Unfortunately, it was kind of a last second impromptu show for episode one. That's my fault. So some people had to bail. So it will apparently just be me, myself, and I stomping on this donkey's ass, as you see. No pun intended with the donkey and ass. They are one and the same. So, I don't know what you would. That was me clapping. I apologize. I forget how loud this mic is. Whatever you guys would like to talk about, anyone who's tuning in and or listening in, please drop a comment in the comment section and let's go over it. If you have a question, want to comment, or you have a concern, let me know because there is a lot to talk about this week. I mean, not just with, of course, the incredibly stupid debt ceiling that we're dealing with financially in the U.S. The incompetence we have fucking allegedly running the country, which we know is all shadow shit show. He's not even in the country right now, is he? He's fucking in Japan. What a fucking idiot. Then we have Ron DeSantis. All due respect to Ron DeSantis. Finally pledging his run, which that turned into a semi-shit show. He tried to be, new wave and shit, doing it on Twitter, and that didn't work so well initially. And we still have Trump leading the polls basically by, I believe it's 33 points. We have a, fucking psychotic liberal professor in New York holding machetes to reporters' throats and getting fired finally. I mean, does it really take that much to get a professor fired? I don't even think she was tenured. They never mentioned that. But I mean, does it really take a professor holding a machete to a reporter's throat to get them fired? That's pretty obscene to me. But these are the questions we need to ask and we need to talk about because this is the bullshit, insane reality that we all live in right now. So, again, if you're tuning in and you want to ask questions or make comments, drop them in the comment section. Again, this is the Faceless Truth Reality. Wait, that actually was a better channel name, Faceless Truth Reality. Damn, why didn't I do that before? Why did I name it Faceless Truth Reactions? Ignore everything I just said. Faceless Truth Reactions channel. There we go. That's the one. Cheers, by the way. I don't have anyone here to cheers to me, but hold on. That was the cheers, and I spilled on myself. So, this is going really well right now. I like it. Let's take a quick media break so I can go wipe myself up because I literally just slopped everywhere. Literally like 20 seconds for me to grab a towel. So we will do our new intro. I thought it'd be quicker than 27 seconds. I wasn't. I apologize. About 31, 32 seconds. But so again, if you have a question or comment, because again, late night kind of get together here, and we had other people have to drop out. Again, it's late night, it's Thursday night, but it is the holiday weekend this weekend, so I don't want people to forget this is Memorial Weekend. So hopefully no one's forgetting what the purpose of this weekend is. As a veteran myself, I remember exactly what this weekend is. So by all means, everyone go enjoy themselves, take time out of their lives, and have fun. But also remember what the weekend is about, because you just can't lose sight of those things. So I don't even know where to start this week. I mean, I'm not a finance guy, so the debt ceiling, when I see those types of numbers in the finances for the government, my head explodes. I don't know how you can waste so much goddamn money on any particular area without some sort of I don't know, need for a receipt, basically, showing, hey, this is what happened because we did this. We spent this much money. This was the outcome. And this is the government in a nutshell. I kind of liken it to the military. The military bids in, for instance, at the lowest bidder. We need this piece of equipment. 10 companies line up and say, hey, we'll give you this piece of equipment. It will do this just so you want it. And they will literally be like, oh, it'll cost, just say $10 a unit. Well, the lowest bidder, which literally could be, it'll cost $9.90 a unit. They'll win the contract, despite if their shit sucks. That is the government and the military kind of hand in hand. They will pay the lowest bidder for absolute bullshit products or services. That's just how it works. But still, how do you waste that much money and get nothing in return for it? So I think when it comes to finances, again, without going into detail, because I'm not a financial genius, I suck at finances. But with understanding this is, hey, we're fucking in debt. Fucking in debt. So, hey, if we need to spend more because we've hit our limit, okay, cool. But you gotta cut shit. Social welfare program. Social welfare programs. The freebies, basically, and requirements on other shit to get that money. That kind of makes sense. So anyone opposed to that is basically a fucking idiot. If the guests were in here right now, I'd be calling them fucking idiots because they'd probably be going, hey, I don't want that free money. Well, fuck you. My tax dollars paid for that fucking free money. And nothing comes back to me. So, but again, increase spending, fine. The debt limit, cut spending. Put requirements on social programs. Trim off the excess of the unnecessary shit. And you will say, these are billions of dollars. God damn. I don't even want to go into fucking Ukraine. How much money was sent to them with no receipt requested. Basically just fucking bullshit. Hey, here you go. Here's fucking free money. Like a fucking stripper in a strip club. Here you go, bitch. And then she's like, hey, the pole disappeared. Now I need double that money to replace the pole. Well, where'd the poll go? I don't know. That's what Ukraine's doing with all the money and all the weapons we have. It's like, where'd it go? I don't know. No one fucking knows, apparently, where all of this money and weaponry went that we gave them. No one. So, and if they do, they're not openly telling us. Let's put it that way. I think that's pretty obvious. So, financial cuts and spending, yeah, that's got to go down. That's first and foremost. That's the biggest pressing issue right now. What would be the number 2 issue? Holy God, there's too many of them. Actually, I'm going to go beyond thinking about that fast the spending, to be honest. Again, Ron DeSantis is running for president. That is interesting. I personally have nothing against Ron DeSantis. I am a Trump guy. I think the buzzsaw that DeSantis is going to run to is he thinks he'll be the equalizer against the skeleton that fucking sits in the White House right now. I don't know how. I still have no fucking idea how any person voted for this fucking idiot. I mean, the guy literally hid in the basement and didn't do shit. It said literally some of those racist things I've ever fucking heard, and then called everyone else a racist, and somehow won. Allegedly, I'll say allegedly, just to leave that door open for everyone who's still, opposed to the election that happened. Whatever. But anyways, the guy can't finish a goddamn sentence. Literally. If I had told him, hey, please repeat the sentence after me, and gave him like 10 words, he couldn't do it. That's how difficult it is for him. It's not age, so I don't want people to come in here and be like, oh, watch this later and go, yeah, ageism. No, it has nothing to do with age. There is something cognitively wrong with him. He has an issue. It's pretty easy to see. I would hope. If people don't see that there's an issue watching all of his gaffes, I mean, people said, oh, he made gaffes all his career. Yeah, that probably was a buildup to now all of a sudden hidden. Because if you look at him even 3 years ago to now, there's a significant decline. Even physically, you can see, not just because of age, you can tell physically there's a decline. You think he's running the show? That's why he called Harris the president multiple times. Yeah, that dumb bitch. That's not because she's a woman, but she's literally a dumb bitch. I mean, she's like, I don't even know where to begin other than she's dumb. And if she's not cackling about something stupid or just talking nonsensically, I don't know what she's doing, because she is supposed to have all these like 2 or 3 jobs that she's supposed to do, but she doesn't do any of them. Literally nothing. She's supposed to be the border czar, to protect the border and, evaluate the situation and make recommendations, blah, 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 blah. Apparently in 3 years, she has been there once, maybe twice, something like that, maybe twice. She hasn't been there in a year, at least, that we're aware of, at all. So what is she doing? Fuck nothing. That's what she's not doing. Fuck nothing. That's what she's doing. Fuck nothing. Not doing. Well, she's not doing shit, basically. I love alcohol. Makes me forget this reality that we live in. So anything is better than this fucking idiot we have right now. And again, if anyone voted for him, I've seen so many people come out and apologize, going, "Yeah, we made a mistake." Yeah, you fucking did. You fucking did. So that's the stance that we have right now. So moving forward, what can we do? Basically, it looks like the GOP will have Ron DeSantis and Trump. Basically, I kind of really like Vivek Ramaswamy. I apologize if I just butchered the last name. I'm pretty sure I got the first name right. Vivek, not Vivek. It's Vivek, but Ramaswamy. Pretty sure. I kind of like how upfront he is about shit. Very just no nonsense kind of guy. I do like that. I like Tim Scott. I don't think he's a viable candidate though. I do like Tim Scott, but I can see a bunch of these people getting cabinet positions. But will they leave senator spots or, DeSantis for leaving governorship to get a cabinet spot? Maybe it's the VP, maybe. But I kind of see Trump going elsewhere. I kind of see him going like a Lake for the former candidate for governor for Arizona, Lake. Was it Arizona? I think so. Lake, yeah. Or like Nikki Haley, grabbing her. One of them is like the VP. Kind of match the whole Harris VP thing with Biden, because Biden fucked himself. I mean, he has the dumbest person. He couldn't have picked a dumber person outside of maybe like Newsom. He couldn't have picked a dumber person for VP, and now he's stuck with her. You can't just toss her to the side and be like, "Yeah, this is not working," and throw her aside, because then I'll be like, "Well, what the fuck?" I mean, it's a double whammy. You just threw a female and a quote unquote allegedly. I say allegedly because she's like a wide mixture of things, but she calls herself one thing and then calls herself something else, and then whatever. She's like the Barack Obama of VPs. He was the president, but she's like, "Oh, I'm this," but she's actually this. Like, she's just like, "I'm this whatever I feel like today." But the point is, he can't throw her to the side because he's like, "Well, that'd be throwing a female aside and an African American / whatever shit she wants to be today. Just throw her to the side." He can't do that because he basically fucked himself. So he's pretty much stuck with this cackling fucking retard that is even more unpopular apparently than he is, which he is just atrocious popularity wise. What is his last polling at? Maybe it's better I did it by myself because my guest would have no fucking idea. I think he polling popularity wise at like 36% approval, something like that. I mean, that is fucking abysmal. I mean, I'm not saying like all presidents have a high positivity rating. Let's not get that mistaken. I think most presidents, like a year in, they stay pretty high. 3-4 years in, of course, they start dropping to like 65, 70-ish. Maybe a little lower, depending on the president, of course. If they get a second term, they don't. Usually, they'll start maybe a little higher and they'll drop. Like, people kind of get tired. I think that's pretty normal, But motherfucker, it's only been goddamn 3 years and he's already fucking plummeted. Well, technically 93 years. He's already fucking plummeted 36% approval. He should just resign. Goddamn. But look. as terrible as he is, and as I think literally unimaginative thought process as he actually has, and vision, because he has no fucking vision. All the vision comes from Harris and his fucking staff. He has no vision. He just like, I feel actually kind of feel bad for Biden because he gets pushed out there like a goddamn Barbie doll. Just like, okay, Joe, honey, go. And he's like, okay. And then they just tell him what to say. And then when he fucks up, he has to go back and they're like, bad Joe. Bad. And they don't give him ice cream that night. He does a good job, he gets ice cream. Hence, maybe why he says he loves ice cream so much. Maybe that's why. That's a special treat at the end of the day when he does a good job for the other people. I don't know. I actually kind of feel bad for him because I really don't think he knows what the fuck he is doing or where he is, to be honest. He may be like, oh, I am the president, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't even fucking know he's the president. I don't think. I think he had like a stroke like a year and a half ago, and no one told anyone. I mean, he has some problems. There's something wrong. If people say the doctor knows, none of his doctors say nothing's wrong, that's funny because I remember when Trump came into office, the doctor that had been around for like Bush and all of Obama's tenure examined Trump, and the media just was like, he's got to be unhealthy, right? High blood pressure, high cholesterol, or something. And the doctor's like, no, he's fine. And they wouldn't admit it. They could not accept it. They couldn't handle that shit. You look at Biden, and apparently all the doctors say he's fine, and everyone's like, no, see, he's fine. It's a double opposite. It's like a complete bullshit narrative. Like, hey, one doctor says this guy's fine. Oh, we're gonna berate the fuck out of the doctor and try to ruin his career, and because we just can't believe that. You literally see someone though on TV like Biden or in interviews, not even knowing where the fuck to go to get off stage, but apparently the doctor says he's fine. Allegedly, I haven't seen that report, but then no one questions. And I'm like, that makes no goddamn sense. That's the double standard of politics. So, okay. So we have debt ceiling. We have DeSantis versus Trump. That's the most likely candidates. Again, I can see DeSantis VP, Vivek. Not Vivek VP, but Vivek cabinet member somewhere. Or at least coming back next time very strong. Fuck. Please someone comment something. I don't know where to go from here. I can go on a tear, but I'll probably get blocked from YouTube. At least stripped down, let's put it that way. So far, it doesn't seem like any of my guests are going to make it. We've been trying to I've been trying to hold on here for a while to see if anyone would make it, but yeah, it doesn't seem like they're going to make it. So that's unfortunate, but that's okay. I mean, hey, again, it was a last second kind of scenario situation. It is what it is, but God, I feel. All right, fuck it. Who wants to talk about trans shit? Hell yeah, let's do this. Whatever. Fucking YouTube. Rip me down, tear me down. I don't care. I'll be the outlier here. The outlaw. Let's go. So, what does everyone think of this? The Title IX. Basically, people trying to destroy Title IX. So, I mean, the main feature of Title IX was protecting women's sports against men. Making their own leagues, their own competitions, etc., 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 to allow women to compete fairly. That was like the whole fucking purpose. And within what? I mean, literally. It feels like I keep saying 3 years, but literally within 3, 4 years, 5 years, maybe 6. I mean, you can. There are some outliers, I'm sure, but primarily I'd say it's 3 to 5 years. A minuscule what 0.01% of the overall actual population, if even that, is trying to just destroy it. And people like women, not just men, but I'm just saying women in general, who stand up for their rights to, I don't know, compete in their own fucking sports against their own biologically, identified sex, as in biological women, are called what? Bigots, homophobes, transphobes, which again is still the fucking funniest thing to me is when someone gets called transphobic or homophobic. They don't understand that phobic is basically a phobia, which means they're afraid of someone. I don't know why we have to keep reiterating this. A phobia means you're afraid of something. Being against something doesn't mean you're afraid of something. Like, someone may not believe in gay marriage. Just for instance, like, I'm just giving a simple example. Someone may be against gay marriage. Does that mean they're afraid of gay people, so they're homophobic? No. They may just be against the idea of gay marriage. Now, I think most people will overcome any of that concern. That was just a very simple term. So let's put it in the way of the updated reference of biological males competing against biological females in female sports. If you don't agree with that, you're transphobic. So, by you as a male and or female being against that trans male, or sorry, fuck me, I'm gonna screw this up so many times. I think most people will. So, you as a male or female, so basically just a mother or father of a biological girl, your daughter, mother and father with their biological female daughter, being opposed against a biological male who is identifying as a female, competing against your daughter. You're against that because you're saying, well, that makes no sense. He has like, for instance, let's say it's wrestling, or karate, or, fuck me, boxing or something. Most people would be extremely against that. But if you are, you as the parents, the mother and the father, are transphobic, which still makes no goddamn sense, because phobic is like the word of the 2020s. You're a phobic of this or this or this or this. No, they'll go talk to that person. They're not afraid of that person. So there's no phobia. They're just against that type of competition because it's fucking bullshit nonsense. It makes no goddamn sense. But again, in this reality, in this day and age, if you are against it, according to liberals, especially the far left liberals, but no one else is saying anything, you might as well just go fucking throw yourself off the Grand Canyon, because no one gives two fucks what you think. Well, that's goddamn gotta end, because this is the type of shit. Like Riley Gaines, if you don't know who she is, Riley Gaines, the multiple All-American Kentucky swimmer, who they say officially tied Leah Thomas, who was the transgender female, so biological male, Leah Thomas. They tied at the national championships for swimming. And apparently the press said, or the ESPN or the photographer, whoever it was, the NCAA, said, hey, it would be better if Leah won because it would look good for the press. That's fucking bullshit. I'd be like, swim again. You tied, or you both have at least co-title holders. At least, but they literally were like, fuck you, Riley. You've worked your ass off all your life doing this, and you get fucked. So she's been very adamant about this and opposed to this. And when she goes to convention, she gets shot down and run out and harassed and, even violently attacked sometimes. For what? Words? Speech? Flyers? Handing out flyers? I mean, is that violence? No. That's the jackasses and the donkeys take on it. That's violence. Words are hatred. So, I think tonight, I haven't made a whole lot of good points, I don't think. I'd have to go back and listen to this because it has been a long day of drinking. Streaming, editing, listening to news, taking in all the updates. And I mean, I think the best advice for people is, to be honest, don't listen to the news that much. Taking updates here and there, but don't sit around just listening to the news because you will literally drive yourself absolutely insane. Not because you just hear the same stories over and over and over again, but you'll hear the most ridiculous, absurd, just bullshit, and wonder how, as a society, sometimes we exist, how a government can actually run and function correctly. You'll be amazed. And again, this is just generic stories that have been going around, like natural stories. This is not anything absurd or crazy to think about. This is just within like a few, weeks, couple of months, even a year of like what we've seen happening. Like, there's nothing crazy about this. So I'd say that's the normal main idea. It's just once in a while, it's good to separate yourself. It's good to stay in touch with what's happening, current events, obviously, and politics. But if you're not going to be involved in politics, like I am, there's no need to be heavily invested unless that's just your endeavor. That's just what you like to do. There's no need to be it. So leave your mind to rest, put it at ease, and go, hey, you know what? The world will continue. It'll move on. Because the average thing that happens still doesn't affect the average person until we get something like inflation or, criminal justice, like huge reforms or, inadequacies, etc., stuff like that. I mean, a war, of course. I mean, with that kind of inflation, interest rates, etc., home prices, and, all that stuff. But in general, the average thing doesn't affect the average person. So you need not fret your mind. You need not worry about these things unless you're extremely heavily into politics and you want to do this stuff. Because it will give you a fucking migraine. It will. It really, really will. So that's just a simple warning to anyone who wants to get really into politics. You gotta be watching daily, reading about it, listening to it, and it is repetitive as hell. And you just wonder, are really people this stupid to elect some of these people? And I'm not talking Joe Biden. Go around the country and look at Congress and senators that get elected. Not just in the government, but in the states. Holy shit. I repeat, holy shit. There are 5-year-olds in a special needs class that could do the job that some of these people are doing. And that's not an insult to the 5-year-olds. They would do probably a better job. And literally, they just do nothing. They just these Congress and Senator people at the state level, especially, just sit around and fucking do absolutely goddamn nothing. So, again, no need. Rest your head. Unless you're going to politics, there's no need to stress yourself. If you want to get into that, beware. Be ready for a headache, migraines, and just probably anger, depending on what side you're on. But, as you can see, the elephant stomps the donkey. This is not a college football reference, so fuck the Tide. You heard me, Bama fans. Fuck the Tide. Oh, anyways, that went over a lot of people's heads that are going to be listening to this eventually at some point if they get this far in the show. So, again, rest your heads. Don't worry about it. We will be back maybe tomorrow night or this weekend at some point. We'll post a couple hours ahead of time, hopefully. If not, at least next Friday. So that would be, let me double check here so I don't lose my shit here. That would be, I believe next Friday would be the 2nd. That would be June the 2nd. We will do episode number 2 of Pure Politics and Bullshit Live. And hopefully, our guests will not be full of shit. Suck it the fuck up and come on the show and talk about what they think and what they believe. Because otherwise, they're just cowards. Yeah. Cowards. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Again, if we're back this weekend, we will let you know. Otherwise, we will see you next weekend. So, please, take it easy. Enjoy your holiday weekend. And if we don't see you until next week, once again, be safe. Remember the holiday, what it stands for, and enjoy yourselves.